Feel good. Feel good. As good as you can on a short week, so we're ready to go.
Is this better than just having is having a walkthrough today and not only having 2 full practices even on a short week, that may be better than having the 3 practices?
Yeah. On a long week, I need as much practice as I can get, but on a short week, I think prioritizing getting healthy and getting your body right is more important. Good.
How big was that win mentally for y'all? As you get ready for this week to kind of enter this 1 and 2, at least with a win instead of 3 losses. I mean, what's that difference like? How do you feel that tangially, John?
Yeah, it was a big win. It was a big win. A lot of stuff to clean up, obviously, but it's good to get one on the board. Now we just got to be 1-0 this week.
Soreness-wise, how bad was yesterday versus the day after the Ravens game?
Yeah, yesterday, anytime you play a football game, you're going to be sore. So I was definitely sore yesterday, but I feel a lot better today.
Joe, I'm sure you don't want to use any hindrance you have as an excuse for the offense. So beyond that, what is the next step for the offense to kind of get clicking again?
Yeah, we got to be better on all fronts. I thought O-line played really well on Monday, but I got to be better. Receivers got to be better. We got to be better as a unit. We got to be more cohesive. We got to be on the same page. We haven't quite hit our stride yet, but that's coming.
Is part of that just, like you said, just time together again, getting back into that rhythm?
Yeah, we'll get better each day, each and every day. Practices are big. That's where you build chemistry. That's where you build confidence. So tomorrow and Friday will be big.
Goes without saying that Evan's been very important to you. How important is it for you to know that he's got a chance anytime he's around the 50 when you're running your offense?
Yeah, I'm always super dialed on where field goal range is on each side of the field. And depending on game situation, I'm always super aware of that and factors into decision making sometimes when you have a guy like that. And so whenever you can
to achieve feeling like you're on the same schedule, or does it feel more packed in?
No, it definitely feels more packed in, but the more times you play in those situations, the better feel you have for your routine in those weeks.
You're obviously familiar with this Titans defense. You've faced them 3 years in a row now. What stands out about them, and what's challenging about their defense?
Yeah, they play very well together. Their scheme is very sound. They know their scheme. Their D-line is very disruptive, big, strong guys. They're great against the run. It's going to be a challenge for us. It's going to be an AFC North kind of game. It always is against these guys.
Outside of the locker room, there's a lot of talk about the expectations for the offense and how much your calf is going to play a role in what this offense can be. I know you said that there's a lot of stuff you guys want to clean up, and Brian, said to just blame it on Joe's calf is not, that's not what you guys are doing. Do you think that with explosive plays being kind of what you guys have made your mark on the last couple of years, do you believe that you guys can still be as explosive as you've been and want to be with your cap limitations?
Yeah, of course. We confident in our abilities to make those plays. We got to start faster. We can't hurt ourselves. We got to put ourselves in better down and distances and enable us to make those plays. And we got to take those opportunities when they present themselves. We haven't taken those opportunities yet, so we're going to continue to grow and improve every day.
Brian spent a good deal of time talking about today Miami motion. It's bad in the NFL, or certainly the trend right now with a lot of offenses in the NFL. Talking about your preference, he thinks that and believes you'd like to see this field spread out for the most part. Are there ways that the Miami motion can be kind of implemented into the way you like to read the field offensively?
Yeah, we are always looking for creative ways to put our guys in good position to, get open. That's a great way to do it. Miami's had a lot of success. You see it all across the league this year. So there's a lot of different things that we'll implement.
Roger said on Pat McAfee's show that he reached out to you about after the Monday night game. What was it like kind of getting that message from him and kind of what kind of interaction or relationship you'll have?
Yeah, we connected last week. Kind of wanted to. He's dealt with calf issues his whole career, and wanted to use him as a resource for that, and give his thoughts, what he might have done, and I think take into account what he has to say. He's been through it, done that, and he was great about it. So I'm going to continue to use that as a resource. He's a great guy, and so whenever you have a guy like that that's willing to help, you're going to use it.
What's the best piece of advice you've given so far?
Keep that between us.
What, have you had to like reconcile staying true to your mechanics while trying to fight through this? I mean, that's a hell of a line to walk. Have you had to, how have you had to do that?
Yeah, that's when it first happened, you take a little time off throwing because I didn't want to really, get in bad habits in that way, exactly how you're talking. And so it's something that I've had to think about, trying to find ways to get velocity on it, maybe without putting as much pressure on that calf. As it gets healthier, I'll be able to kind of change that. But right now I'm feeling my way through it, and practice is a big part of it. So tomorrow and Friday are going to be big for me.
Joe, you're a creature of habit, like most of the guys in here. I think we've kind of learned that about you the last couple of years. How has the disjointed nature of practicing this year worn on you personally, just because you haven't been able to have like the week, the routine, it feel normal? Has that felt like it's worn on you?
I'm not sure worn on me would be the word I would use. I would say, I'm in practice, I'm very thoughtful in how I practice. I'm very detail oriented in how I practice, and I think about it a lot. And when you don't have those reps, you lose that time thinking about it because you don't have the physical reps doing it to go back after and say, if I would have done this, maybe the ball would have come out a little different. And so you can't get those reps back. And so that's why, going forward, practice is going to be big for me to take advantage of those reps.
On Monday night, did you feel like you were moving like in Cincinnati?
I was definitely not moving like I normally do, that's for sure. But it's going to continue to get better, and I'll be able to move around more and more. It's feeling really good, so I'm hoping on Sunday I'll be able to do a little more of it.
You just said it's feeling better. Most things you read online say a calf strain can take up to 6 to 8 weeks to fully heal. You've already been through the first part of it sitting for 5 weeks. Are you under the impression, based off of the conversations you've had with trainers and medical staff, that it can still get healthy even if you're not able to get the 5 to 6 weeks of perceived needed rest for this calf strain?
Yeah, it'll get better each week. I don't have a setback. So it was big to get through Monday without having any setbacks. That means it'll be stronger this week. And if I get through this week without having any setbacks, it'll be stronger than next week. So all it does is, all you can do is rest it and take time. But I'm going to continue to play, continue to practice. It'll get stronger throughout the year.
Is there a noticeable difference in how it feels when you're playing or practicing on grass versus turf?
No, I wouldn't say there's a noticeable difference.
I think you've built relationships over the course of your career so far with veteran quarterbacks, you guys have been with for a while. What did that kind of start and kind of why you kind of value each experience, whether it be this or anything else? You guys have been in the league as you kind of go on your own journey.
Well, I always value the relationships that you build in this game. It takes a certain kind of person to get to this point and have success, and I think that's what we all have in common. And so when you get together, you can talk like you kind of know each other, even though you really don't, because everyone has respect for everybody that gets to this point. And the reason that I play the game is for the relationships in the locker room, and I love going up after the game, giving respect to people that make great plays, telling people they did a great job when I feel like they played well. That's one of my favorite parts of the game, and that's really why I play it.
That playoff win a couple of years ago in Nashville seemed at the time like, and even looking back, like a turning point for the team and the organization. Is there something about that night that'll always stick with you, that you'll always remember or think about?
I wouldn't call that a turning point. It was a big win for us, but I would say we expected to go in there and win. It was a big win for the franchise, big win for our team, big confidence booster going into the next game. But we expected to win it. I have all the confidence in the world in ourselves and still do. It was a fun night, that's for sure. That's what I'll remember.